Hello and welcome to the virtual tech tour of Sonic Traces. For those of you who don't know, Sonic Traces is a location-based AR audio experience at the Viennese Heldenplatz. It was developed by Peter Kollreider from Höragentur and us, Scope Audio. I'm already at the Viennese Heldenplatz. I'm gonna show the camera. It's a huge square, so it's around 36,500 square meters. And all this area is walkable and there are stories being told. There's also a lot of sound design. We have two sound layers. There is on the one hand 1848, the year of the European Revolution. And on the other hand, there is 2084, our dystopian version of a possible future. But you will hear that in a minute. I'm gonna change the camera so that you have a point of view video. So whenever the camera looks somewhere else, it is as if you were looking somewhere else and the sound is changing accordingly. So yeah, I'm gonna change the camera and listen very carefully. So here we are in the point of view mode. Because of the Corona crisis, we couldn't finish the recording of the English voiceover talents, so a lot of it is in German. But I think it's fine because it's more about how distances feel, how the sound design changes according to my position, the loop system. Like all of this is our main focus. And the stories, we wouldn't be able to hear all the stories anyway because we have material for about 3.5 hours. So whenever you are in Vienna, feel free to try it for yourself. All right then, so now I'm gonna start the sound of the experience. And let's begin in the year 1848. Everything you hear is generated by the app. Of course, use headphones. This is binaurally decoded third-order ambisonics.
Antisemitismus war im 19. Jahrhundert noch an der Tagesordnung und nichts Außergewöhnliches. Viele jüdische Intellektuelle erhofften sich von der Revolution eine Gleichberechtigung der Juden. Deshalb waren sie an vorderster Front der Revolutionäre vertreten. Nicht nur das, der jüdische Arzt Adolf Fischhof gab mit seiner Rede im März 1848 ein wichtiges Signal für den Ausbruch der Revolution. Man muss sich das vorstellen. Die jüdischen Mitmenschen wurden damals mehr als Juden wahrgenommen, denn als Bürger in Österreich. Dennoch spricht der Jude Fischhof nicht von der Befreiung der Juden.
Konfessionsfreiheit, Lehrfreiheit, Redefreiheit, öffentliche Prozesse und eine allgemeine Volksvertretung. Freiheit, wohin führst du uns? Pressefreiheit und Verfassung zugesichert. Unser gnädiger Kaiser stimmt den Forderungen der Studenten zu. Die dauerhafte Umsetzung der einzelnen Punkte bleibt abzuwarten. Wohl wissen wir den Kaiser, aber auf der Seite des Volkes. Unzucht hinter den Barrikaden. War es die gemeinsame Freude oder das gemeinsame Leid? Vielleicht auch die Fässer an Wein und Bier. Ohne Hemmung wurde in der
for only a farthing. Best chestnuts in town. Piping hot chestnuts. Piping hot chestnuts. Hot all the way through. 6 chestnuts for a farthing. Pipe chestnuts. Get your hot chestnuts. Fine chestnuts. Warms your insides. Half a dozen a farthing. Look at how nice these are. And the smell. Take a deep breath. You can smell them for free. But no funny business. If you steal one, I'll get mad. I learnt that in 1848, how to fight back. Still know how to this day, and I wasn't the only woman back then. But what do you care? Here, try a chestnut. You won't find a nicer one anywhere in town. You know, now that I look back, it wasn't that long ago. Those were tough times. First, the starvation. There was hardly anything to eat in 46, 47. And who were the ones who made sure the family didn't starve? Us women folk. So it only makes sense that we were on the barricades too. Few talk about the women. Most people think we were the ones standing in the street waving our headscarves at the heroes. Of course, that's how it was in March or so, when the students so bravely rose. My God, how we cheered. Come on! But there's another side to it. Have you heard of the rebellious women folk before? They were as good as the Yobs, or worse. They went after what they knew they deserved, but they destroyed things too. 6 chestnuts for a farthing. 6 chestnuts for only a farthing. Piping hot chestnuts. Best chestnuts in town.
So here you could hear how the attenuation curves work and also the loop system. We are back in the loop, so the loop shall attract people to go there. It also helps orientating. And if you are at close range, then the story starts. Let's listen to that in 2084 and pay attention to the first drone sound design.
Gesundheitscheck. Bitte kurz stehen bleiben. Danke sehr.
Over there. Even. 3. No, not more than 3 seconds. Maybe even more than 4. Damn. 4,500 points. 3,200 points. Over there. Even less. Under 3. No, not more than 3,7.
Aha. Wieder einmal ein Fall eines jungen Menschen, der die Qualitäten der Assistenten bewundert. Es ist nicht immer leicht, mit den menschlichen
Over there.
Beschränkungen
Even
zurechtzukommen.
less. Under 3.
Da muss man schon
2,200 points and more. 4,500 points. No, not more than 3,7. Maybe even
You
more
could hear a
than
small
4.
introduction, which is unfortunate in German.
Over there, even less. 2,800 points there. No more, the way he's going. Employment sector, social work, certainly. And now, to this woman here. Oh, she's a programmer for an enterprise. Intermediate level. Without security clearance. Movement, level 7. Genetic status. Limited modifications. Mainly legal health optimizations. No style update. No doubt about it. No style update. The next one. This one over here. Ooh, that's tricky without assistance. But I'll manage. Humans can approach assistance in their capabilities. That's what they taught us. So I'm going to scan this. Maybe even more than 4. And then 4,500 points. Over there.
So I hope you could hear that the person is walking around and we need to follow the person in order to hear all of the story.
Gesundheitscheck. Bitte kurz stehen bleiben. Danke sehr.
Here it said that it's a health check and we shall stand still for a minute. let's walk through the frequently asked questions path. There's a short introduction, like of what we're going to hear. We're gonna skip that. As we walk through, there are questions being asked left and right and being answered.
Hallo, ich darf mich wieder einmal einschalten hier. Dieser Weg beantwortet die häufigsten Fragen, die bei einem Besuch auf diesem Platz auftauchen können. Einfach durchspazieren und stehen bleiben bei den Antworten, die von Interesse sind. Du bekommst das Datenmaterial bei Verlassen der Anlage automatisch in deinen zellulären Speicher kopiert. Viel Vergnügen! Und nicht vergessen, wir alle sind die Direktive.
Pay attention to all the birds. There's a lot of birds in the trees, which are placed there by us. So there's a lot of NPCs that make the feeling of 6 degrees of freedom even more immersive. There's not just a general atmo running in the background. So let's walk through.
Frage. Warum wird abgeraten, die Stadt zu verlassen? Antwort. Es ist nicht notwendig. Außerhalb der gesicherten Zone existiert Chaos. Die Chance auf Punkteabzug ist sehr hoch. Aufzeichnungen belegen, dass während dem großen Bevölkerungswachstum in den 40er Frage. Wie war das Leben, als wir noch keine umfassende Sicherheit hatten? Antwort. Das Leben war voller Angst und Ungewissheit. Biologische Defizite des Menschen machen ihn zur nicht einschätzbaren Gefahr. Frage. Auf welcher Rechtsgrundlage handelt die Direktive? Antwort. Für das Interesse an dieser Frage müssen wir dir leider einen Punkt abziehen. Frage. Warum gibt es bei uns die umfassende Sicherheit? Antwort. Heute nehmen wir zu deiner Sicherheit alles auf. Egal ob Sprache, Bewegungen oder auch Emotionsmuster. Dadurch können wir deinen Wünschen schon.
So here we have a small fight.
Sie kämpfen! Sie schlagen sich! Aufhören! Sie entspricht nicht den Verhaltensrichtlinien der Direktive. Auch nicht den Gesundheits- und Hygienerichtlinien. Es ist falsch! Falsch! Wer kann etwas dagegen tun?
Hier geht's anscheinend rund.
Again, the
Da
short
streiten
introduction.
zwei. Nein, sie kämpfen. Warum bloß?
Niemand wird hier einschreiten. Hier nicht. Behüten Sie sich selber. Sonst hau ich auf Sie auch noch drauf.
Nein, ich muss hier raus. Raus hier.
Behüter. Nur hier kann ich's rauslassen. Starr mich nicht so an. Wehr dich. Wenn du schon ausschaust wie ein Mensch, dann kämpf auch wie einer.
Bist du jetzt fertig? Ich weiß, dass du weißt, dass dir nichts passieren wird durch deine unverhältnismäßige Gewalt.
Sie kämpfen! Sie schlagen sich! Aufhören! Sie entspricht nicht den
So maybe let's switch the time layer and listen to some letters.
Ach, wie schön. Da schreiben sich zwei liebende Briefe von der Stadt aufs Land.
Dear Lieselotte, I'm so pleased that I'm forced to write to you, and that you are too far away for me to tell you everything. It is tempestuous outside, and dangerous. You are probably sitting on your aunt's sofa.
Could you hear that? In order for you to have no distraction, we just filtered and changed the volume of the atmospheres. So let's listen to something else.
Gazing out at the fields as they begin to bloom.
We were still in the area of the letters. There you can hear the emperor mourning. But we're not gonna listen to that for now. Just walk by him.
Ihre Majestät.
Yeah, we trigger him.
Ein
but
körperlich geschundener Mann.
we just
Er
walk
geht
by.
hier spazieren. Hören wir ihm zu.
Der Humorist. Ein Volksblatt. 29.05.1848. Das Volk verhält sich ruhig und es ist eine große Anzahl wieder zur Arbeit zurückgekehrt. Allein die Barrikaden werden so lange nicht aufgelöst, als das Militär nicht ganz von Wien weggezogen ist.
Here you could hear the filtering and the volume change when the newspaper articles are read to you. Let's switch the time again. Let's walk to the organic memory bank.
War noch was da?
Nicht?
Das ist tot. Was ist das für ein Leben?
Hallo, keine Sorge bei diesen Personen. Die Familie war schon öfter hier. Der Großvater besteht auf einen Besuch zu seinen Geburtstagen. Gefahrenfaktor 0,2.
Hör auf!
Ursprüngen bis zur heutigen Befreiung. Erstmals zu sehen sind Bilder, die die Methoden der Anfangszeit darstellen, also Kamerasysteme, die in ihrer Blütezeit Trauben an Laternen dienen. Auch dort sind die neuesten.
Welcome. Come on in. Here the past is balanced with the present. Have you never been here before? I think I will have to explain the basics of what we do here. It is always a pleasure. You're entering an organism, a foreign body, if you will. This here is life, and it's time. You have just entered the organic memory bank of the collective. The artificial intelligence does not simply store data. It does not write history books to collect dust on the shelf. That has always been fundamentally wrong. Our AI has realized that memories cannot be fixed in time. They are fluid, they are flexible, they are organic. The AI records history far more accurately than humans can. They humanize it as humans do, just as they remember it. Storage and retrieval can no longer be differentiated. It is all an active process. Organic historiography is defined as synchronizing the present and the past. The AI corrects the past, correcting the archive depending on the present situation. Thus, we create a balance, a harmony, if you will. We create beauty, because the past and present form a perfect whole. We are more organic than mankind itself. We have learned from you. Your capacity for memory is organic, so why not also the record? History is no longer written in stone. That was an imperfect remnant of cultural history. History is always part of the present, and we can generate the past in real time. In real time. That's why we need this organic memory bank that you have just entered. You're thinking this is manipulation. That's the wrong way to think about it. You're not seeing the bigger picture, but it does not matter. No one sees the bigger picture except...
if we walk outside something, the text just pauses. So if I walk back in, it continues.
The directive. Here, in this place, in this organism, past and present are conjoined through innumerable connections, permanently retied and recalculated. But do not see it as images or texts or similar information junk. See it as matches, as stable structures that move. See it as a perfect data.
What provides the power? So nice and quiet here, don't you think? Hello. Hello, you. How's it going? All right? Human or bot? What are you? No constant help from assistants here. No keepers. Do you like that? Or does it worry you? Can you do me a favor? Come a little closer so I can look in your eyes. It's a lost source of information, the eyes. Today, they're only scanned for authorization, but in the past, people could read in someone's eyes how trustworthy they were, or if they should beware. Yeah, I think I can trust you. I don't know. I think you just feel it. I know that without having to look at your emotional pattern. Can I ask you something? And no pressure, just in theory, just for my personal records, my own private survey. If you're a robot, you can store that I'm not being serious as data right away. So, if you hear the name A Monitor's Order, what do you think of? If it's, I don't know what to think, then raise your left hand. If it's terrorists, then raise your right. That's what I thought. You twitched a bit there with your left hand. Excellent. You're not a bot and you're not masking anything. Let me tell you something. Everything you see on a screen is questionable. When you pay attention to the information, it is easy to discover contradictions. A bomb here, a massacre there, and always at the perfect moment. What do you really know about the monitors? Human or bot? What are you?
So let's listen to some atmospheric change.
Hello.
I'm gonna switch back to 1848.
What provides...
There's also a resistance fighter here, that time. Okay, first, the music is distracting. So let's go to the music first. It's a traditional Viennese protest song. That's fine for now. At the end there is a so-called cat music, which is basically just chaos with all instruments. So that's why it's a little bit quieter at the beginning. Now back to the atmosphere. Listen to the change of the wind sound when I walk through this way.
griffen sie auch noch zu den Waffen. Wir wünschen den Frauen die Rückbesinnung auf ihre Rolle in der Gesellschaft und die Rückerlangung ihrer Würde. Gemetzel im Prater. Blut, Geschrei, Kanonen und Tod. Der Prater wurde zum Schlachtfeld. Das bewaffnete Militär wechselte die tapferen Arbeiter. Ein Kabinett wurde
This, of course, is also in the year 2084.
Imbissstation. Bitte berücksichtigen Sie vor dem Treffen der Auswahl. Es fehlen uns Informationen über Ihre Punkte. Deshalb wirken sich diese hier nicht auf die Qualität Ihrer Nahrung aus. Wir können auch keine biologisch relevanten Unverträglichkeiten berücksichtigen. Bitte suchen Sie deshalb
So we
vorher
woke
eine
up
Station
just
zur
right next to the
genetischen
Imbiss
Modifikation.
station. And I'm really sorry that a lot of it is in German, but it will be available in English. And if you want to test it at your location, I mean, you need a huge square, of course, but if you want to test it, just send me a message. Our website is sonictraces.com, and I will explain how you can enter a developer mode and test it at your location.
Reichweite, Fahrsystem können nach Belieben hergestellt werden. Durch eine zusätzliche Kaufoption kann man einen Zugang zu den schnellen Vorzugsstrecken erwerben. Aufwendige Sicherheitssysteme sind durch die zentrale Steuerung der Transportbots durch die Direktive.
Let's see what's on the Music Island in 2084.
Serviceleistungen durchführen. Zur Feier der allgemeinen Verbundenheit und vereinten Freiheit
So let's switch to 1848. We didn't listen to the grass area.
Trotz aller ruhmreichen Erinnerungen darf nicht vergessen werden. Menschen haben sich im Zuge der Revolution erschossen, zerfetzt, niedergestochen, erschlagen, erhängt, erwürgt, durchbohrt.
maybe let's listen to some NPCs. In 1848, there's a lot of animals walking around. Maybe let's try if I can catch a cat.
Gesehen haben wir sie alle. Die Studenten revoltieren abermals. Ehrenwert und gebildet sollten sie sein.
Horse? Yeah, I heard something. We tried to implement as many sound sources as possible and not use static Atmel files in order to really immerse the user. And of course, in real life, the atmosphere you hear, the general sound, is being produced by all these different sound sources around you. But we are on a mobile device, so processing power is limited, storage is limited. The app has already 1 gigabyte, approximately 1 gigabyte. So, yeah, we kind of didn't want to overwhelm the user with like having to download for 2 hours. And also, if some users use an iPhone 6s, then it still shall be possible to wander through the experience. I will go one more round in the year 2084 and yeah, just listen to it.
Die zwei jungen Damen hier auf der Bank wirken so, als hätten sie etwas erfahren. Es beschäftigt sie etwas. Du kannst zuhören, aber verhalte dich unauffällig.
Can you imagine?
How did you find out?
I was looking around the old library, but not looking for anything in particular, when I stumbled across it. A diary hidden behind a bookshelf of reference books. Her name was Hannah.
It's insane.
Yes, she lived here in the center of town. She was studying in order to get a job, though that was a total rip-off. I mean, she writes that for the same job she got paid less than a man. And that was only a few decades ago.
What did she want to be?
I don't know. Maybe I missed it. But I didn't miss this. Before the age of assistants, you had to wipe grandma's bum yourself. There were people who nursed old people and sick people, all day, every day.
Well, at the time, older people were still in my home.
Yeah, but they...
Station zur kurzfristigen genetischen Modifikation. Strecken Sie Ihre Hand aus. Drücken Sie die gewünschte Modifikation und die Dauer der Umstellung. Bitte berücksichtigen Sie, dass wir Sie hier am Platz nicht darüber informieren können, wenn die Modifikation nicht mehr in Kraft ist. Wir nennen ein paar beliebte Modifikationen. Nahrungsspezifische Unverträglichkeitsüberbrückung. Angstkompressoranpassung je nach Gefahrensituation. Stärkung des Gesundheitscheck. Bitte kurz stehen bleiben. Danke sehr. Schaut aus, als würden sich hier zwei Freunde ein paar gemütliche Stunden einrichten. Die eine davon kenne ich, glaube ich. Soweit ich das von außen sagen kann. Die arbeitet weiter oben. Hör mal zu, vielleicht erfährst du noch was über die Direktive.
Jetzt haben wir es wieder mal geschafft. Ich freue mich, dass du immer herkommst. Diese Quelle ist besonders wichtig.
Aufhören! Sie entspricht nicht den Verhaltensrichtlinien der Direktive.
Ich freue mich, dass du immer hernimmst. Diese Quelle ist besonders wichtig. So Zeug bekommst du nicht an jeder Ecke. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed the experience. And again, if you have any questions, if you want to try it at your location, just contact me. And the website is sonictraces.com. There you will find contact information. And yeah, stay healthy and yeah, have a great day.